Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another breakfast chat. And today we're going to talk about Alex, aka AlphaDestiny's 405 bench. Most requested topic in the last 24 hours by an enormous margin. My inbox was filled up with it, my comments filled up with it. We're going to get to some of those ignorant comments in a minute. But up front, before we get into any of that or discussion of it, Alex, congratulations. Hell of a strong lift, particularly at your body weight. Not many guys out there in any weight class, by the way, get to a raw 405 bench. Well, people understand that. I know heavyweights and super heavyweights who are still under a 405 bench. I know some. They're out there. So for him to do it at that body weight, even though he is a bench specialist, which means he's going to weigh less, by the way, because bench specialists avoid usually training their legs so they can drop a weight class, stay down a weight class. Even though that's the case, that's a hell of a lift. And he put in a lot of work, a lot of very highly specialized training towards a lift that he is genetically gifted at. But he put in a lot of work to get there. So nothing but respect for the lift. Credit where credit is due. Congratulations. Now, let's talk about some of these comments, because we shouldn't see this in the lifting world. A lot of you guys do not understand lifting. You are clearly children, and you were not serious lifters when you're actually using that as an insult towards you. They came in and they were like, oh, he owns you, he destroys you, he ruined your career. It's like, what? There's not even a rivalry between Alex and I, first of all. Number two, in the recent years, we promote the exact same training methods and styles. It's just that I promote full body and he's more of upper body specialist. We promote the same programming methods, okay? So every time he hits a really high bench, he proves me right. And every time you guys see me hit a really heavy squat, I prove Alex right. We're both conjugate lifters. I promote conjugate training on my channel. I program my clients with conjugate. Right now, out of my 26 clients, 22 of them are on conjugate. 22 of them are on conjugate. Right? And Alex acknowledged my 600 squat a while back. So, I mean, if people are acting like there's a rivalry, why didn't the same people jump at him when I hit a 600 squat and say, oh, he owned you? You know, I mean, that's silly. And if you did, you're kind of a moron if you did it. But you wonder why the same people didn't do that. And by the way, he acknowledged my 600 squat in a debate he had with Greg Doucette, saying Blaha's got an elite squat at 600, right? He acknowledged my elite lift. I'm acknowledging his elite lift. You know why? Because that's what real lifters do. Okay, we don't hate on each other or get salty or upset because someone else did good. I mean, in a perfect example, when I did the UK Nationals back in 2014, in the 100 kilo men's open, and it was a stacked class, I took a bronze medal, and I took that medal from Rob McGuire by 2 kilos on the total. You know what happened the second I made that pull and set it down? As I was walking off the platform, knowing I just took his medal, he and his coach ran over and hugged me. Do you know why? Because they're real lifters. Those guys are real. You clowns out there who are using that to attack other people, oh, someone else lifted more. That's not how lifters think. Alex wouldn't rub that in my face. I don't rub my squat in his face. Do you know why? We're both very good in the things that we're good at. Okay? And there can be respect and acknowledgement of that between lifters, because that's what mature, serious lifters do, first of all. Secondly, because we're in a circle that promote the same basic training ideas, which is conjugate type training, he promotes it heavily, I promote it heavily. I run my clients on it. All these big ass lifts you see, I see when my clients do when I occasionally put them up, those guys are all on conjugate. Okay, so anytime I'm successful, it proves Alex right. And anytime he's successful, it proves me right. So the fact that he hit a 405 bench, even though I don't bench 405 because I genetically suck at the bench and I'm working towards it, I have an elite squat and elite deadlift. Whenever he does it, it proves me right that the training methods that I promote are validated. Okay? Furthermore, the people saying, your career. What are you talking about? I make more money right now than I have ever made at any point in my life. My career is doing good. And I'm not going to get into exactly how much that is. It's no one's business. But I'm making the most money I've ever made. What are you idiots talking about? You're clowns. Now, all of that aside, let's talk about the lift itself. Sorry. I had to clear my throat there. The lift itself. I had people say, hey, is that lift valid? Would it pass in comp? The lift is good for a gym lift. Like, it's a strong lift. Would it be meet legal? 2 reasons it wouldn't be. And I think he's capable of doing it in comp, by the way. I don't want people to think that I don't think he can bench 405 in comp. I think if he went to a meet next month, I think he'd knock it down. I think he'd get it. I really do, based upon what I saw. It's my opinion, says me. He rushed the pause. However, didn't my client Doug do that the other day? I linked to all the footage of him doing a 360 and there are people, oh, he didn't pause. It was a touch and go. I'm like, yeah, but he did 350 right before. And I have the footage of that too with a pause. He went for 360 as a serious PR. Rushed the pause. He rushed it. He got too excited. I've watched one of my own clients and then put the footage up do the exact same thing Alex did, right? With a 360 bench. And explain that he rushed it. I guarantee you that's exactly what happened with Alex. Alex had 405 on the bar the first time he's going to bench it. He got hyped up, he got excited, and I think he rushed the pause. Okay? That's what happens. It happens. Honest mistake. My lifters do it. Okay? Fortunately, it's just a gym lift. It wasn't a competition. Based upon the bar speed, I think had he done a 1 second pause, it would have been a little slower. It might have been grindy. I think he probably would have got it still. It's my opinion. Because we don't know, but as a coach looking at that, I think he would have got it. And I honestly believe that. Had he paused, he would have got it. The elbow sleeves are the other big deal. Now, the elbow sleeves might not be adding anything to his bench. They might be adding 5 pounds. We don't know. Those are not meet legal, right? So I've had people ask me that, and I thought I would answer it specifically. Would it pass in comp? No, those are the 2 problems. Everything else about it was good, though, right? He didn't bridge, butt didn't come off the bench. He was dug in tight. He had a strong lockout. Like, he would have had no trouble with the rack command, any of that. So everything else, the lift is good. And I think he is legitimately strong enough to do it meet legal. I think he actually is at this point. So you know what? Congratulations to him, and congratulations for, again, proving that the training system that I promote is good. Just like when I hit a big squat or a deadlift, I prove him right. That's how it works, guys. We promote the same training style. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.